video. Today we're discussing Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto is now officially in Aquarius since November 19 of 2024 and will be in Aquarius until 2044. Now, I did do a video on Pluto and Aquarius back before I rebranded, but since this is such a big and important shift in the sky, I decided it's a good idea to revisit Pluto and Aquarius, especially since it's been a year and a half since Pluto has been peaking and retrograding back and then sneaking back into Aquarius, its little dance between Aquarius and Capricorn. But now, since November, it will firmly be in the sign of Aquarius. And with that said, we can already see a lot of the changes that Pluto and Aquarius is really starting to stimulate and change. It's really exciting. So, what is Pluto? Or is a really powerful distant planet that affects the collective on a really big and long scale. Pluto stays in signs longer than any other planet, and this is because it is the farthest outer planet. Impacts us and changes society on a really big scale. Now, Pluto has been in the heavy capitalistic sign of Capricorn. During this time, we saw a lot of rich celebrities and money finances being the focus. Moving from this cardinal earth sign ruled by Saturn into the fixed, open-minded, eccentric air sign, which is also traditionally ruled by Saturn, we will feel like we're going from a steady march to a sprint. And we'll come back to more on that in a little bit later in the video. But for now, so the last time that Pluto was in Aquarius was in 1777, about 248 years ago. When we look at history, the American Revolution was happening around the time that Pluto was doing this dancing retrograde like it has been for the last year and a half or so, from Aquarius back into Capricorn, Aquarius back into Capricorn. So for America, you can see a lot of that similar but different because the astrology is not quite the same. You see a lot of the Pluto themes happening again with the death of an American healthcare CEO. This could definitely be seen as the beginning of a healthcare revolution in America. Another historical example of what happened in history is the French Revolution, which happened in the mid to later degrees of when Pluto was in Aquarius last time. Now, I'm no historian or historical astrologer expert, so we'll leave that at that, and let's move on to what does Pluto in Aquarius mean for us. First, what does Pluto rule over in astrology? What does it mean? So Pluto rules over transformation, deep transformation. I heard one astrologer compare it to when like a plant dies and then it goes into the earth and becomes nutrients for new birth. We have to remember that transformation and death is just a new beginning. It's part of the cycle and it's beautiful. So another thing that Pluto rules over is power. This could be any type of power dynamic where you may feel overpowered, powerless specifically, I think, in a birth chart. But any type of power dynamic. So Pluto also rules over things that are hidden and unseen. This could does specifically have to do with treasure due to Pluto's underworld significance, but also it has to do with secrets. So we can see a lot of Aquarian type secrets coming out during this time while Pluto's in Aquarius until 2044. Another big thing that Pluto rules over is taxes, debt, and deficits. And I think that that's something where the revolutionary unrest kind of comes into play with the taxes specifically. Now, when Pluto is in Aquarius, what does all of this mean? This transformation, power, taxes, debt, what does it all mean? So when Pluto is in Aquarius, there's a strive for free thinking that is outside of the box. And with this outside of the box thinking, it just makes sense that there's going to be a lot more of technological advances, which makes a lot of sense. When, Pluto was in Capricorn, there could have been a lot more technological advances that were happening. It kind of makes me think of Back to the Future when it was the year that it was in the movie. there weren't flying cars. Well, I do kind of think with Pluto and Aquarius, we'll see a lot of advances catch up more to what we would expect in like the 80s or whatever, if that makes sense. That said, there also is going to be more of an addiction to electronics. If you think it is that now, it's going to get worse, especially as technology advances. So with that, we're going to need to go outside of our way to connect socially more. But I mean, Aquarius is, as much as it can be kind of a quiet sign when you meet Aquarius people, they still need and love humanity and those social interactions and connections that they make. So another thing that's going to be important is trying to make social connections and actually being a social person, not just being a social person like this, you know? Next up that I see is a work towards free energy and a big focus on humanitarianism, like we've said, but also the inverse can be true. There can be a shadow side to the light with a lot of these transits and planetary movements, where we see a lot more abuse happen. So just be on the lookout for those power dynamics, like we were saying. One of the most interesting things that we're going to be seeing is more understanding of the stars, not just astrology, but astronomy, and probably even some alien stuff too. So that's going to be very exciting to see unfold as we get more connected with the stars in our universe. Like I've kind of said earlier in the video with Aquarius, there's this self versus humanity. They can be really introverted people, but they also are very eccentric and they love to connect with others. So there will be a lot of that self versus humanity pull throughout these years. We'll also see something really interesting with publicity and social media and different things like that. Celebrities are gonna fall. You can't just really be a celebrity just for being rich anymore, because people want to see authenticity. They want to see the real person that they're watching. They don't want to just see some, for lack of a better example, they don't want to just watch another episode of the Kardashians anymore. And we can already see the Kardashians falling out of relevance, and people who are very authentic in good and bad, or however you want to perceive that, loud people, quiet people who are just authentic, really coming more to the forefront of what's going on. I do also see some really unique stuff happening later on with Pluto and Aquarius around 2025 when Neptune enters Aries. I definitely see a lot of new ideologies forming, but also the possibility of new religions. I've heard some other astrologers talk about that, and I definitely think, especially with the Jupiter in Cancer or Leo, depending on where exactly it's going to be. I'm blanking, but I think it's going to be in Cancer in 2025. Or Leo, it'll be one of the two. But anyways, I see that. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay tuned with the stars and what's going to be happening even in my life, because I'll be doing a vlog here in short. I'm probably going to get this out the night that I record it, but tomorrow I'm going to be moving. That's why my little posters and stuff are gone. This is going to be taken down. We're going to have a whole new setup, and I'm so excited. A lot of my projects have been on hold because I've been so focused on moving, and once I move, a lot of my stagnant energy won't be stagnant anymore because we're moving to a bigger apartment. It's just going to be so great. Okay, but without further ado, thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.